When I first entered Standard, I entered it at about 811. I haven't touched Standard since I entered there, so I've dropped a bit. Wild, I hit this morning. At 104, I'm still there. Primarily, in Standard, I was running Highlander Hunter. My grind for this month was ranks 12 to Legend. I went 118 and 64 with Highlander Hunter, so almost 200 games. That's a 65% win rate. I played around 20 games Quest Druid with a 64% win rate. Um, I touched Highlander Rogue a little bit, but it was primarily the Highlander Hunter that I grinded from 12 to Legend. As for Wild, it was primarily the Dragon Quest Reno Mage. I went 73 and 47 with it. That's a 61% win rate. My grind for Wild this month was rank 6 to Legend, so not as much as Standard. I hadn't played Standard in a couple months. But Wild is a little bit easier. Some other Wild decks I've been jamming with and having success with over this season, the past couple seasons, have been Reno Hunter. I'm currently 73 and 51 with it. That's 59% win rate. And then even Reno Shaman, which I'm 40 and 27 with, 6% win rate. So, big fan of the Reno Highlander decks. As you can see, there's a lot of them here I have built. So the idea today is go over my deck list a bit, and then show you a couple games. The Highlander Hunter list's pretty standard. I'm running Phase Stalker just as a threat, just one secret. We're mostly just running this as a 2-3 on 2. It has some synergy with our kill command. A new addition to the deck has been the Escaped Mana Saber. I haven't played too many games with this yet. Um, this card came out after it already reached uh, Legend with Standard, but it seems good. I've been seeing a lot of lists running it. Um, Outside of that, it's pretty standard what you're seeing Highlander Hunter right now. There's nothing too crazy going on in this list. We go down to Dragon Quest Reno Mage. I wasn't that much of a fan of Quest Reno Mage when it was more of the Cyclone versions. I preferred just playing Cyclone Mage or just like Control Reno Mage. Reno Mage was the first deck I ever built playing Hearthstone, way back when it was a standard deck. So Reno Mage, personal favorite of mine. Um, I got into this when I saw Dragon lists that Slizzle466 put up. That list was running a Zola, Rolling Fireball, and an Emperor at the time. I took out the Emperor for Crag when Crag came out. Emperor seemed low tempo with 6 mana 5/5. It allowed more of those like explosive combo turns. But Crag just seemed better in a lot more matchups. Um, then I saw Slizzle playing another list by somebody else, and that had Azure Drake and Fire Tree Witch Doctor in place, the Zola and the Rolling Fireball, which I've played maybe 30, 40 games with this version of the deck, and I do like it. I was already thinking about replacing the Rolling Fireball. It was underperforming for me, and I wanted something else in the slot, preferably a creature because of our Book Specters. I was thinking Ziliax, but I think Azure Drake is a very good inclusion. It not only is a creature, so it doesn't get discarded, it's another dragon, which we want for our Malagos. We also want with our Witch Doctor. The thing with Witch Doctor instead of Zola is Zola, most of the time, I was copying it on like an adventurer or a banana buffoon just to try to complete the quest. Witch Doctor already helps us with our quest, so it kind of fills a similar role. Sometimes you get lucky with Zola and you hit it on a Kazakias or a Zephyrus and it's really good. But most of the time, Zola I was just using to try to complete my quest. And Witch Doctor is better tempo, being a 2 mana 2/2 rather than a 3 mana 2/2. So it's been working good for me. The reason Azure Drake over Bigglewhelp is Azure Drake does have soft synergy with other cards in our deck. The spell damage +1 is actually semi-relevant. It turns our Arcane Breaths into 3 damage, or Ray of Frost into 3 damage. With Cobalt Spellkin, there's a lot of 1-mana spells that are affected by it, such as Arcane Blast, Arcane Breath, even Missiles, it's somewhat relevant. Ice Lance maybe to help kill off something big, even Shooting Star. So, soft synergy there. I think it's relevant to run Azure Drake over the big ol' whelp. Now, as for Reno Hunter, this version of Reno Hunter is sort of like my baby, my creation. I've been working on this for a while. It runs the Dragon package in addition to a Katharina package up at the top end. The primary goal with this deck against tempo mid-range aggro, you just want to tempo them out. You know, your 4-mana 3/6 taunts. Shot's good, flanking strike's good. You want good early game, and then the big old Grizzy, Ziliax, Reno Jackson. As for our game against Control and Combo, you want to be an aggressor. And surprisingly, Katharina Winter Wisp is pretty good. Getting out King Crush and Amani Warbear, it's good pressure. Um, and in this deck, you have 2 King Crushes. You have Diamond Timber Brand and big old King Crush himself. I was running a Sylvanas and a Playdead in this deck, but I found Sylvanas hasn't been performing that well in this current meta. I did have that 3-mana spell, 9 lives in the deck until Rotten Straight came out. 9 lives was sort of as an activator to get more Sylvanas, but it was the lowest performing card in the deck. Decided to replace Rotten Strike when Rotten Strike came out. And without the 9 lives, Sylvanas becomes even worse, so I replaced it with a Lotheb. Lotheb just seems good in this meta. It's very good against the Quest Mages. I then took out the Playdead. Playdead was just a dead card. It's a bad top deck. Dragonbane, something to consider. Something else to do on 4, and something to pressure sort of the slower decks. Alternatively, something we can do is we can go with a Bran in that slot. If I can type correctly here. The 3-mana Bran. It has soft synergy with other things in our deck. I originally didn't have it because most of the time it was just Dino Tamer Bran and Bran, which is good bursts. But now we have things like double Rotten Drake, could be good. Double Lotheb completely locks them out, because even just one Lotheb, they could still play things like Frost Nova and Ice Block, which we don't want them to play. So, I haven't ran it with Bran, but it's something to consider. It's also a little bit better on curve, another thing to do on 3. But yeah, I really like this deck. I've had good success with it. 59% win rate right now, over 100 games. Ranks 5 to Legend, so I'd say this deck's pretty good. Katharina has always been a personal fan favorite card of mine, and I'm happy to see that she's in a semi-viable deck. The last deck I've had a lot of success with personally has been even Reno Shaman. This deck is similar to something I saw on Reddit. Just been adding some of the new cards that came out. Squall Hunter has been a good addition. This isn't better than your traditional even Shaman, whether it's the Totem version or the Spell Damage version. Those are much better versions, but if you find those decks brain dead or not really your style, this is sort of a mid-rangey even Shaman. It's Reno Jackson and Zephyrus, and 60% win rate over 60 games. Still a fine deck, even if it isn't as strong as the traditional versions of it. You do have to play some weaker minions, like the Wordle-matic. If it sticks, it's good. It's good pressure against the slower decks. Most of the time it doesn't stick. Wind Fury sometimes has surprise lethal. You put it on a big guy, just dome them for 16 with Sea Giant, Lich King. But overall, it's less consistent, and you are playing, weaker minions. But An advantage to that is you do get Reno and Zephyrus, which are two of the most powerful cards in the game. So, I think for this video, we'll play one game of Standard, one game of Wild, and for consistency's sake, let's do Highlander Hunter and Reno Hunter. Against the Warrior, we're looking at Pirate Warrior, Galakron Warrior, or Highlander Warrior. I don't know what's too common at Legend. We definitely want the Sharpshooter. Outside of that, I think I'm going to mulligan the rest of this. The Spear is good if it's an aggressive deck. Helps us control the board. It's also very good with our Faceless Corruptor. I believe that means it's either Aggro Warrior or Galakron Warrior. This is pretty scary, so I think I want to kill it off here. It also means we have a pretty good hand in this matchup, I think. These are all relevant here. Corruptor's really good, Desert Spear's really good, Snip Snap's very good. We want to kill this off cleanly, I think. So I'm tempted to use the Storm Hammer here. Otherwise, we're like hero powering it and then trading there. We don't want to hit it 3 times with Desert Spear, so I think Storm Hammer is the way to go. And then we'll just trade into that. Good outcome. Keep her 1-1. I don't think face damage is too relevant here at the moment. We just want to control board. Now, the question is, what did we do here? I'm thinking we hit it with our Storm Hammer. We want to get rid of our Storm Hammer, set up our Desert Spear for Faceless, and then we play Snip Snap. There's no way we can use all of our mana this turn, I don't think. We're playing something for 3 mana regardless, and I think this probably the best play is to be able to set up our Desert Spear. So we'll hit there. We'll trade. We'll play our Snip Snap. The 1/1s off this are also very good with Faceless Corruptor. Now we just have a board here at this point, and our opponent is Galakron. Question here is, do we want a Faceless Corruptor, or do we want to set up Desert Spear plus Snake Trap? And I'm thinking at this point in the game, we have board. We should try to keep board. So I'm thinking I'm just going to Faceless Corruptor here, because 5 mana 8/8 is pretty good. I think 5 mana 8/8 is better than setting up a Desert Spear, hitting them for 1, creating a 1/1, setting up Snake Trap. It just doesn't seem very good. So I'm going to Corruptor here. See, we would have been crushed by Awaken had we done it the other way. Now I think that plays just fine. We're going to Desert Spear here. We're going to clear that off. And the question here is, do we want a hero power or set up Snake Trap? We're not doing too much next turn. Right now, we have no play. So I think it's better to try to finish out the game here, so he can't outvalue us with his Galakron if he has it. There's still 2 cards here, since his opening hand. One of them might be Galakron. So I'm going to push damage here, because I don't think the Snake Trap is that important here, and our next turn is pretty empty anyway. That's fine. I think now we'll start with the big boy here. Spring Paw's good. We're definitely clearing off one of these 3/2s. Now the question here is Snake Trap or double Spring Paw? And I think I'm actually going to go for the Snake Trap now this turn. Our opponent's only invoked twice. Yep. Top deck Scalacrown on 7. Opponent sort of has a dead turn here. So if we can pressure him good on the following turn. Frenzy Fellowing. That's a card. That is indeed a card. What can Zeph get us that's relevant? I want to pressure face. So, I think I want to try to get a death off of this.
Let none survive.
Your wish is my suggestion.
None of those are death. Is that a demon? That is a demon. Never mind, that's better. Thank you, Zeph. I don't want to take 5, and I want to use that. So I'm just going to sack pack. Trade there. Go face. Seems good. We have 5 bursts, which is relevant, and he doesn't have armor anymore.
Your flaws are your strength.
So that's big. Trade, trade. Deal 5 to that. The question is, do we want to remove his board? Or do we want to just Big Alex turn? And we probably want to remove his board, because he is lethal here. So we will start with an Unleash. We will trade. Trade. 5. Trade. Trade. And the question is, do we want to kill this 3/3? Or go face? I'm thinking we just want to clear this 3/3 here so we can Alex next turn. That's a good top deck for our opponent. Draws him a card. That's good pressure. It's very good pressure. We're just dead here. Unless Alex gets us something good.
Life and hope are worth fighting.
Yep, we're just dead here. It's unfortunate.
I have endured enough.
Colossal play.
Oof, no longer top 1,000. We'll give that another go. See if we can hit top 1,000 again.
Victory for the Forsaken.
I feel like I just want to keep all this against the hunter. Start the sharpshooter. Coin. Fairy dragon. Sure. I think that means we're snake trapping here. Going face. Question is this aggro or Highlander? And I think that answers my question. So, we're weaping here. The question is, are we killing the dragon or the 3-3? And I think the answer to that is the 3-3.
By moon and spear.
Corrosive Breath is a good pickup. Just kill it off. Holding the weapon here because we're going to Drake next turn more than likely. Now the question here actually is, do we want to hit this first so the Drake's guaranteed, or do we want to risk the 50-50 to have value out of our weapon? And I don't think we can risk it with the life we're at right now. I don't think I wanted to take the 50-50. Life Drinker, sure. We have Ziliax now.
Unity, precision, cruelty.
That's unfortunate. No dragon in hand. That's actually pretty relevant. All the burn in the world, though. I think we start here with Explorer. Alternatively, we can set up Lethal, I think. We have Renanus, we trade, face. That sets up Lethal. That's probably the better play, because we want to close this game out. So I'm just going to set up Lethal here. More often than not, a good rule of Hearthstone is if you can set up Lethal, probably should try to do that. Finishing the game before your opponent can kill you. As long as he doesn't hit the 6-5 here, we win. Our opponent won the 1 and 3. That's unfortunate. It's okay. Let's see, 8 plus 7. Top deck brand. Easy game, easy life. There we go. 920. Back to top 1,000. So now let's play the wild version of this deck. Concerned Mom. I think Concerned Mom plays Big Priest, if I'm not mistaken. Our plan against Big Priest is to concede. um, no, we want to pressure them. I don't think Flanking Strike is that relevant against the Big Priest. Alex is good, but I think we want faster stuff before that. Varanus is fine, Stormhammer's fine. Freezing Trap's good. Unleash could be good, maybe, is like Burn, but I doubt it. Yeah, I mean, every priest deck plays Shadow Visions, but I'm sure this will end up being Big Priest. Reno, not relevant. We could set up the freezing trap there, but I don't think it matters. We want to pressure them with the hero power. Second Shadow Visions. Well, no, that's Shadow Visions created by Shadow Visions. Sure. Zeph is a good pickup. Stormhammer here. We have a really slow hand here. There's a Vargas. I'm thinking I just want to slow him down with the freezing trap here. Yep.
Unity, precision, perfection.
Ziliax is fine. What do we want to do? Could clear this off. Depends how much we value the weapon. I think we just want to pressure. So I think we're getting rid of the Ziliax. Yep, Vargas. No, we could kill this off, or we could just ignore it. Kind of want to Varanus because it's good pressure, but then he can just kill this off on its own. Maybe we search off Tracker. Kind of like that better than the Varanus, because I don't want him to have that dead. Not yet, anyway. Poisonous is good in general. I think I'll just take that here, because now if he trades, we still have 2-1 with Poisonous. This is something to do next turn. There's a Zilly. Gotta get another Zilly here. Next turn, I want to coin Alex. So I think we already have removal with Varanus on Unleash, so we could Zephyrus here. Maybe get a Brawl, try to get lucky. Alternatively, we should play 7/7, trade there. I kind of want to get rid of the Vargoth now. I think I'm going to Brawl here, see what happens. Holy no, we didn't get our Brawl. This kills Vargoth, though. I kind of like that. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll trade there. Yep. Vargoth, such a high roll for that deck. We could... This doesn't clear all the way because it's Divine Shield. So... I think we're just going to roll Alex and hope we get lucky. Neither of those are very good.
Awaken my children.
Alternatively, though, now this is a lot of pressure. We can get these Ziliaxes out of the way, face. We have King Crush here, too, to try to close out the game. We could be seeing Mass Hysteria, sure. Not a bad outcome. That is fine. Let's cast Hysteria again here. Doesn't do anything. Oh no, Penance. Sure. So now we could just go King Crush face. We can Ziliax an option. I kind of want to leave up these here to get rid of something. Alternatively, we can just play the 7/7 here in Hero Power, which I don't think is too bad here. You know, this is the matchup I had Sylvanas and Playdead in for. Thinking this is the turn I want to Reno's Unleash. I don't think we gotta get rid of the Vargoth, but I think this is the best time to do this. Clear. Another Spellstone, yeah. That's probably just the game. Yeah, that's game. Vargoth on 4 is kind of hard to beat against the Big Priest. We'll give this another go. Try not to run into Big Priest. If you are running into Big Priest, the Sylvanas 9 lives package probably wants to go back in. I'm not running into it like at all. I think that's actually the first big priest I ran into this month. So, and I'm pretty sure that's pet deck of Concerned Mom. So, not a surprise there.
Sylvanas versus Jaina.
Here we have a mage. It's either going to be Secret or Quest or Cyclone. I think we keep Reno. Probably Explorer, mulligan the rest. Zeph is a good pickup. Shaw is good if it's Secret. It's Quest. So we want to pressure them and draw Lotheb. We do run Flare in this deck. There's our Lotheb. That is a very important pickup in this matchup. Hound flanking next turn. Just probably just so we have a dragon in hand. Should pick the Amalgam. Has synergy with the Resiliax. We could evasive Fangwing does just like smack though. I think we'll pick that up.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Amazing.
So this is Cyclone, not Reno. And he totally whiffed on the book there, which is good for us. So here, we're just gonna kill the apprentice. Another Ban of Buffoon, sure. I'm tempted just to Drake here, go face. And it's probably the best play. Kill the better minion. Let's see. Yep, yep. Sure. Now we're just gonna create a big taunt. We could coin and kill that, but I don't want that to be dead, because that helps him with his quest. So the 3 attack here is relevant. Go face.
What to do? What to do? You win this.
There we go. One against the Cyclone Mage. We did get lucky. His book completely whiffed. We got Glyph book. But a win's a win. Almost top 100 again. Is my journey to Double Legend. Just want to talk about it a little bit. Share my lists. Talk about my success. Show a couple games. If you like the video, feel free to tell me. I'm open to make more of these. A friend of mine asked if I coached. That's something I'd consider doing. If you're interested, contact me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.